Well, in today's special show, we're going to start your epic COVID comeback. Hit it. Yeah, it just breaks your heart, man. COVID was a doozy. All these things. Hopefully it's over, though. Hopefully it can stop, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Welcome to a fresh new episode of the Fitness Avengers, where we fight fat, frustration, and fitness fakes. I'm your host, master trainer, and author, Tony Arreola from TotalBodyProject.com, and I'm on a personal mission to simplify fitness for you, coming at you every Monday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. It's a simulcast. Yeah, you gotta love technology. Yeah, I'm hoping, guys. This has been a rough year. 2020, I don't know if it exists or not, but I'm grateful that the pandemic is coming to an end. But now, summer's coming around the corner, and we got to fit back in those pants, fit back in those jeans, and fit back in those bathing suits. And sometimes, mostly our clothes tell us exactly where we stand. So today we're going to help you fit better in those clothes and get you ready for your epic return to the office. If you're jumping on live, make sure you say hello as we get everyone situated and get everyone excited. Hola, Nicole. Woo! Nicole. Yes. So say hi, send some hearts and some loves. Shoot the hashtag get me skinny. If you haven't yet got a copy of my secret to the skinny, I'll make sure I'll send you that so this will go hand in hand with our COVID comeback today. So today we're going to cover how to take inventory, how to come up with a plan, how to deal with failure. We're going to talk about mindsets. We're going to talk about tiny wins. And of course, we're going to cover your diet and exercise. I got an interesting question to ask the trainer is, how can I remove my low back pain? And about 60% of Americans suffer from low back pain. So I'm going to show you kind of what you can do. One of the approaches you can do to help remove that back pain. And I recognize that last week I didn't answer the trivia question, which was how many pounds of fat in one 20-ounce jar of mayonnaise from Costco? How many pounds of fat? Well, it turns out that it's 3,865 calories, which is equal to a little bit over 1 pound of fat in one of those jars of mayonnaise from Costco. So if you got one of those jars, congratulations, you just got a pound of fat. And today's sponsor, my good friend, Dr. Lee at Kaiser Permanente, who thanks to him, yeah, woo, my wrist, my wrist is healed. Mom, I can hold things. Yes. Now I just got to remember to use my right hand. So thank you, my good friends at Kaiser Permanente, for bringing me back. And look, I get it. We all want this. We live in the world of now, and you need results now. And a good way, to notice is like the clothes are fitting tighter, the belt size is not quite right. Maybe the bra strap's feeling a little bit different. And things just don't look quite right in the mirror. And that's okay. COVID was really rough on a lot of people. It was rough on myself, it was rough on my family, rough on my career. I mean, my wedding got postponed. Things were just crazy. But what I want to tell you, before we move on, Diana made it. Hola, Diana. Diana's our loyal number one fan. She's been a Fitness Avenger since before the Fitness Avengers even started. So thanks, Diana, for jumping on board. Enough is enough. This COVID thing has been really crazy. Whether it be the ordering Postmates, Grubhub, just hoarding snacks for the pandemic, packing up the pantry, loading up the freezer for the end of the world that was coming, and everyone was stacking all these snacks for to make sure that they didn't starve. Snacks and toilet paper, apparently people need to they need to eat and they need to poop. That's what I learned in pandemics. And we started hoarding all these snacks and eating all these snacks, and just really not taking care of ourselves. And I want you to kind of realize that enough is enough and that playtime is over. That was the the pandemic, I'm crossing my fingers it's coming close to an end, but it's really time for us to like put on our big boy pants and big girl pants and get to work and really start to really formulate a plan to get our health and fitness and health and wellness in order because we deserve that. Everybody does. You deserve to be happy, healthy, and living a meaningful life. We all do. And if you don't feel comfortable in your own skin, that's problematic. And my goal for today is to help you, at least point you in the right direction or give you some more motivation, give you some inspiration, and know that this game is winnable. It's a hard game, but it's a winnable game with the right information. So think about, post COVID, don't blame yourself for what happened during COVID or what didn't happen. I could have done this, I should have done that. All the woulda, coulda, shouldas. We're not gonna go there. We're gonna look at it like now we're getting a fresh start. We're gonna take inventory. We're gonna make a plan, and we're gonna check where you're at. Check your weight. Take a picture. Try on some clothes that you kind of want to try on. Clothes are actually better than the scale because clothes really don't lie. The scale can fluctuate. I think next week's show is actually I'm going to go over different ways of how the scale changes and why you need to kind of distrust it. But clothes won't. All right, belts won't. So you want to pick out an outfit that maybe used to fit and that you want to fit back in and try it on, and just know that that's kind of how you're going to measure progress. The slips in the holes in the belt, how different things fit you. But you want to set these tangible aspirations of the jeans fitting you exactly right, everything fitting you exactly how you wanted, because the weight's gonna fluctuate. It's gonna fluctuate. So when you're starting your journey, this is a simple journey, but it's not an easy journey. And I want you to know that you want to be prepared to fail. Okay, let me repeat that. You want to be prepared to fail because it's going to be a long, hard road. It's not quick and it's definitely not going to be easy. And when people promise you that it's going to be quick and easy, they're lying to you because they want to take your money or whatever the case may be. They want to lie to you and fill you up full of these things. It's not going to be easy, and there's going to be a lot of setbacks. And what I want you to know is I want you to have like a fail-proof plan of what's going to happen when things don't go exactly the way you want. All right, there's this equation that's it's like an acronym that's really helpful for, having your dreams come true. It's like your wish, what you wish for, and you want to have your outcome, how you wish, what outcome do you want. The next thing is the obstacles that you anticipate. So what are the obstacles that are going to get in your way as you start your journey towards, that super fit body that you want? And what's the plan, right? So you got WHOOP, all right? Wish, outcome, obstacles, and plan. So think about those things, how they're going to align. A lot of times we think about you have these dreams, these aspirations, but we think it's all going to be smooth sailing. And it's just not. It's never been in my career. It's never been for anything that I wanted it to achieve. And it's never been for any of my clients. So I want you to know that so that when you hit those stumbling blocks and you fall down, you know that you're going to get back up, because it's also impossible to stop somebody who never quits. So think about that as you start your journey. Think about starting small and celebrating. And this is something I've been, really focused on with my online clients and my coaching clients and my virtual clients. With all my clients is I want everyone to start small and celebrate these tiny wins, right? Celebrate these tiny wins, because we get roughly 60,000 thoughts in a day. And we tend to believe more than negative thoughts. About 80% of the thoughts that are negative, we believe those, right? We believe those. And to add to this, 90 to 95% of our thoughts are exactly the same thoughts that we had the day before and the day before that. Now, this makes sense, right? If you start thinking about like, okay, what am I thinking about on the day-to-day? You're probably thinking the same thing that you did yesterday and the day before. There's probably some variance over the weekends, but for the most part, it's the same. What that means, though, is that there's only a 5 to 10% window for you to think differently, for you to create new habits, for you to inspire yourself in new ways, for you to create new neural nets. And that's why, we think about dopamine and we think about these neural nets, because dopamine is the super glue for change. What that means is that when you celebrate a tiny win, maybe you ate some fruit, maybe you ate a vegetable, you got your steps, and you give yourself like a yeah. A high five, BJ Fogg in Tiny Habits calls it shine. You add shine to this recipe. It's like super glue for the brain, and so the brain really cements these neural nets and forms these nice connections, and then that habit becomes automatic, which is what you want. So no matter how small the change is, you want to celebrate it, and even if it feels funny, you want to keep doing it and keep doing it because all these little behaviors eventually your body, your brain learns these things and it just does them. But if you think you've probably done this thing intuitively your whole life, you've when you were a kid and you did something, you were like, yeah, did my homework, yeah, high five. You got a sticker, like all that stuff that you've done. It's always because you've done it when you're feeling good. We change best when we feel good about ourselves. And if you think about your failed attempts before, more than likely you were beating yourself up the whole way. I couldn't get my food down. Rats. What do I suck? You beat yourself up, boom, 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 and it's like your little coach in your ear, just telling you how much you suck. It's really hard to change like that. But if your little coach, little T sitting on your shoulders, like, yeah, come on, Nicole, come on, Diana, come on, Courtney, come on, Hakona, come on, everybody, you can do this, and pumping you up and like, yeah, celebrating every time that you accomplish something, then you're more likely to change, and it's more likely to stick for the long haul. I know it's a hard concept. It's a simple concept, but it's a very powerful concept. The next thing is you want to set a realistic goal. All right. People like, so we gained 29 pounds during COVID, right? So let's call it 30 pounds. To get rid of 30 pounds is going to take a while, anywhere between 15 and 20 weeks. If you're good, if you're doing it well, but more likely it's going to take longer than that. So I don't think this thing's going to be like, and that time's about half a year. So if you're thinking about you're gonna do it faster and you just gotta do it for the short term, then that's how you set yourself up for failure. So set up a realistic goal of what you're ready to do, what you're willing to do, and what you're able to do. So not pie in the sky stuff. Think about like, okay, what can I actually do on a day to day that will help me move towards my goal? All right, emoji party. Woo! If you're watching the show live, if you're watching the replay, hit those hearts, hit those love, smash that happy key. Makes me happy, makes Kona happy, Chewbacca happy. Woody's gone. Woody was here a while ago, but he left us. He's like, I'm out of here, man. I don't know why. I don't know why he left, but he's gone. All right, so let's look at your diet. That's the first thing. You want to set yourself up for success. And this week with my coaching program and my all my clients that I'm working on, we're really focusing on getting a kitchen makeover. And there's a lot of things that happen that go into that. We want to get rid of the stuff that we shouldn't be, like the red foods, get some, be careful with the yellow foods, and then add some more green foods. And the rationale behind this is that you want your home to be a healthy sanctuary. You want it to be somewhere where you can look forward to, where there's only like healthy foods there, and it can help break that chaos for you because it's difficult. The journey is difficult enough already. If you come home and then like you had a rough day and you open up the freezer and you are with like Ben and Jerry's, then things just get harder. So think about like how you can make over your life and make good choices easy and make bad choices hard, and that's how you win in this game. Right, start small, right? And this is a tough one. I have a whole module that I go through with my clients so they can get everybody on board and have these crucial conversations. But what I found is that when people fail in fitness and in health, it's not a personal flaw. It's not your fault. It's not, like it's not your fault. You have a design flaw. So what you need to do is you need to engineer a design that's custom to you, that's going to set you up for success, that puts all the things that you value, all your priorities, all your goals in line. Now, if you think about like what you want out of your body, out of your health and wellness, does the kitchen align with the goals? Kitchen, freezer, countertops, pantry, does that stuff align with your goals in life? And if they don't, then it might be time for a change. Now let's take, what about exercise? All right. What can you do and what will you hold yourself accountable to? And exercise is not as big of a piece when it comes to weight loss, but it does help. It does help you burn more calories. It's just not as much as we would help. And there's usually not enough hours in the day for us to make up for a bad diet. It's about 95% of how we look, our physique, is because of the nutrition. And if you're, making like tough choices, and it doesn't really matter how much you're working out. But exercise is huge. It's a good component to include and to help you at least have that mindset going forward. What I find with people that are constantly exercising is that they're a lot more mindful. They care about themselves more, about their nutrition. So it's a good fitness trigger to help push in the right direction. When people are not working out, usually they don't really care about their food, and like, but you can use exercise as a trigger. It fills you up with again, dopamine, endorphins. You're gonna feel good. You're gonna look better, get some muscle tone. All that stuff happens with exercise, but you need to be held accountable either by your spouse, someone you love, a coach, somebody who's gonna make sure that you do this stuff, because you need to schedule it. If we let just like, I don't know, I'm gonna work out at some point tomorrow or after work or whenever or before. It's just, you need to know when it's gonna happen, and the more consistent, the better. So if you give yourself a routine where you're going, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at like 9 a.m. or Tuesday, Thursday at 10 a.m. or after work, I'm gonna go for a walk, whatever the case may be, it has to happen on the set schedule. Because if you leave it to chance, we talked about the rational rider sitting on top of this emotional elephant and just trying to like power the guy in, move him, control him. Because if we leave our rational guy to kind of overpower the emotion, once the emotion takes over, good luck. You're not going to want to work out. You're going to want to do something else instead. So before that can happen, schedule that thing in there and bake it in there so that you already know, like, I'm going to go in there. And right, like we talked about earlier, once you schedule it, do like a little tiny celebration. Like, yes, good job, team. Schedule it, like, bam, that's awesome. Good work. I'm going to work out at this time. Yes. And then when you get ready to go to work out, again, get the celebration going, no matter how small. It doesn't have to be an epic workout, right? It doesn't have to be like a 3-hour workout or an hour. Do what you can, do what fits in your lifestyle. Because remember, you're the expert of your own life and you know what works. And if you have kids or if you're busy or whatever the case may be, figure out exactly what works for you. And less is more. Consistency is the most important thing. That always leads to progress. All right. So let's look at the question I had. Was somebody asked me about, so let me see. Nicole says, she has a hard time trusting herself when she schedules a workout, and that's okay. It's okay that that you have a hard time trusting yourself, but have it in there. Have the workout in there so that you know that this is going to happen at this time, because it's more likely to happen than if you don't have a set schedule. And that's okay if, like, say the kids are kind of running around, going crazy, and you can't get your workout. What can you do in that time that's scheduled for the workout? Maybe instead of 30 minutes, you do 10. You do 15. You play with the kids a little bit more vigorously. You take them for a walk. You push them up the hill, or whatever the case may be. At least you have that time designated to work out. And remember, a big part of this, Nicole, when we're promoting change, is to feel good, to be proud of the stuff that you can do. So even if you can't get like the full workout, or like you want to go as hard as you had hoped, even doing something is helping you, because it keeps casting votes for your new identity of somebody that doesn't skip a workout. Now, the question that I got, and hopefully that helps, Nicole. The question that I got was, how do I remove back pain? And I know back pain people struggle with a lot. So let me go ahead and I'm on a Zoom call. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Aren't you guys tired of that? Like, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Can you guys see it? Ouch, back pain. Did you know 80% of people experience back pain at some point in their life? Yeah, your back probably hurt. But there's an easy way to fix that. How? Simple. Stretching. Yeah, stretching will fix it. So let's go ahead and jump on the ground. We're going to rotate. They call it the Elvis Presley stretch. It was actually stretching your erector spinae, which is a low back muscle, and your latissimus dorsi, which is a bigger back muscle. But that's just nerd talk. Anyways, just put the arms straight and rotate across the body and get a nice deep stretch. Rotate as far as you can. And we're going to make sure we hold this stretch for 25 seconds. Okay? So once the buzzer sounds, we're going to switch to the other side. All right. Perfect. All right. So we'll go stretch on one side.
Reach as
the next
high
one
as
is
we
a
can.
hip flexor stretch.
We're going to kind of rotate slightly back. Okay? Nice and control. You should feel that stretch in your hip flexor. So kind of like above your knee, right below your hips. Okay, so nice deep.
So now you got a back stretch, a hip flexor stretch, and the last here's another stretch.
Arms flat. You need to lock the elbows. Okay, tuck that tailbone in so you can have a full length. And I want you to rotate your thumbs straight up in the air. Okay, and you'll feel this stretch across your back. We want that nice long stretch so we don't have any more back pain. It's annoying. Back pain is super annoying. Okay, deep breaths. Perfect. All right. Now the next one is actually surprising. Few people know that sometimes back pain is associated with tight hamstrings, which is the muscle behind your leg. So what we're gonna do is put your feet up on like a bench. I have here a chair or anything that can put your leg up. You can straight both feet, make sure they're both facing forward. Lock both knees, and I want you to point that toe towards you. Okay, point that toe towards you, and you're gonna rotate your.
Yeah, and what you're looking for is about a 90-degree bend. So if you lay down flat, you should be able to bring that leg up 90 degrees for your back. And this is just one part of the way that you're going to be attacking low back pain. Low back pain can be caused for a few reasons. Number one is you don't have the right flexibility. So this is going to tackle giving you more length in your back, hip flexors, and the hamstrings, right? Those are three muscles that you want to check as far as like flexibility. Number two is that you don't have enough core strength. And what that means is that the abs aren't strong enough. The third one is not enough glute strength. So if you can't flex your butt and squeeze your butt, then you don't have enough like butt strength, because when you stand up, right? Think of it when you're standing up. Here, let me see. Let me get rid of this guy. When you're standing up, the only thing that can hold you up is your abs, right, in the front, or your glutes on the back, or your low back and the arch. And that's what people usually tend to hold themselves up, right? And if you're sitting down and you arching your back, that can be problematic. So strengthening your core, strengthening your glutes, giving you the right flexibility. And the other one, the last one, is the mindset too. If you're like, like chronically depressed or just in chronic pain, there's also a study where they find the chicken and egg thing, because the brain can actually cause pain. So if you're unhappy with certain situations, then you can lead yourself to pain. So sometimes the mindset with a gratitude journal in the morning, or 3 things that you're grateful for, getting your mind in the right place can really help you feel better. If you're getting in a state of flow. Now, state of flow would be like painting, writing, something that you really love. And when you find yourself, when you're doing something that you really love, and the time's like moving super fast, you're going to be out of that pain, which is what you want. It's something that I use with my clients that are a little bit older. I have them do painting, sculpting, writing, singing, and I tell them, now, did your back hurt during this part? And they're like, no, I forgot about it. And so that's what you want. You want to get these guys in a really good mind state. Yep. Anthony says, booty, 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 rocking everywhere, rocking everywhere, rocking. Thanks, Anthony, for jumping on. If you hadn't had a chance, if you're watching the replay, watching live, you don't have my secret to the skinny guide, go ahead and use the hashtag get me skinny. And I'll join you, invite you to our Facebook group. Please like, share, and comment. Share this episode with people that are struggling, because this pandemic was really rough on a lot of people. Mental health. We just don't know how everyone came out of this thing. I'm starting to see people, post pandemic, and we all had a really, really rough year. And health and wellness, unfortunately, wasn't at the forefront for most people. People were in survival mode, trying not to be stressed out. More people were drinking, self-medication, exercise, health and wellness was just not at the top of the priority list, which I understand. It just breaks my heart, because my skill set and my passion in life is to make sure that people are happy and healthy. And coming out of the pandemic, I know people need that more than ever. So that's why I put on these shows, every night, so I can give to you and really know that I'm on your team, and use my talents. All I do every day is just research better ways to help communicate this message, to make it simpler for you, and to make it something that can stick. Because in my world, I believe that everybody deserves to be happy and healthy. It's not something that only a few people should have. Next week show is going to be covering why does the scale hate you, right? So I'm actually testing a new scale, which I could really like, which I'll show you guys next week. But don't always believe the scale, right? So we'll talk about why that is, how people measure progress, and why it might not be such a good idea. Again, my name's Tony Arreola, NASM Master Trainer, author. You're the reason I exist. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you on the skinny side. Come on, pandemic. Please, pandemic. Please be over. Please.
Thank you for watching the Fitness Avenger live show. If you like the show, make sure to like it and share. Please join us next week on Facebook Live. This week's show is brought to you by our close friends at Total Body Project. Visit totalbodyproject.com for more info.
Woo! All right, guys. Love you guys. Have a great week.